today
in.
either.
There we go. This is, of course, a best of one between N9 and the Finstack Rat in the Dark. Both really solid teams, and we'll see how they do against each other. The winner of this goes into the semifinals, and it will be a best of three. They will, of course, be playing against the winner of Root Gaming and Gratz, though, so another really strong matchup there in the semifinals. In fact, really, this tournament, I've been really impressed with the caliber of teams coming out from America, as well as some teams in Europe as well. That's a really early Wisp ban.
Yeah, pretty surprised to see that, actually. Typically, you don't really see Wisp banned out this early.
But it's been more and more prominent, just because of the amount of mobility it gives your carry heroes, as well as just like general attack speed. I mean, Overcharge is really strong. Yeah. The Tether is really strong. Spirits for Vision can be really strong as well, and they give pretty good damage in the early game. And finally, of course, the Relocate, just for mobility's sake, is really perfect. Just a really good babysitter for a carry.
And with the Darkseer pick from N9, I think we're going to see a Magnus and Rubik pick follow-up from Rat. That's typically what we see when those two heroes are still left in the pool after Darkseer is picked.
Yep. I actually totally agree with that. I think that would be a really good idea. If Rubik gets the vacuum off, that could potentially lead to a great Magnus reverse polarity. So that could be one of the spells he's looking to take right now.
10 seconds remaining.
But they're taking a lot of time here. They might actually decide to do something else.
5 seconds remaining.
But I think we're definitely going to see Magnus. But the problem is, if you don't pick Rubik after you pick that Magnus, that's going to the other team. I don't think I've ever seen Rubik not picked up when there's a Magnus on the enemy team.
Agreed. They are, as you mentioned, taking a little bit of time. It could be just because of a potential pocket strat coming out of them. If they give up the Magnus, having Darkseer Magnus kind of shows the lanes quite a bit. And they go for less Lifestealer, so that's pretty interesting, actually.
Really early. Throwing us off the ball right there.
Yeah, the Lifestealer pick is kind of not as early as you might think. It's a really popular hero nowadays, just a really strong carry. But the Lesh pick is super early. Magnus still not picked. Queen of Pain and Rubik.
I like that Rubik pick, by the way. Kind of saying that, hey, if you want to pick Magnus, you can, but we do have Rubik already. That way, Rat can't really sneak it in before the second ban phase.
Yeah, agreed. As well as the Queen of Pain, just a really solid mid laner. Not only that, but I mean, it combos very well with the Darkseer, just getting your AoE burst on as many people as possible thanks to that vacuum.
10 seconds remaining.
Man, really interesting early Lesh pick.
Yeah,
Lesh
I'm sitting here thinking about it.
Like,
5 seconds remaining.
It's really been going down in popularity just because of the nerfs to Edict, the fact that it now has a cast time associated with it. But, you know, in Eastern Dota, it's really popular still, if only because teams have kind of been moving towards a Split Earth Lightning Storm build, which has a lot of burst and does very well in a 3v3 lane. Even just 1 point in Diabolic Edict does a decent amount of towers. So, still a hero that, you know, is very underlooked, and Rat really showing that with a first pick with it. We'll see what they decide to pick up last here. Well, third.
You know, we could be looking at something like a push lineup. Lifestealer usually doesn't really fit into that, but I was talking to Beatis the other day about Leshrac and his viability in the competitive scene, and he said to me, you can't really pick Leshrac early unless you want to show the enemy team that you're going for a push strat. And that might be what we're seeing here from Team Rat in the Dark.
Finally, with the Shadow Demon, just a really solid pickup. Great support hero, as well as just really nice synergy with the Leshrac. It should ideally guarantee a Split Earth. So, I mean, just a good pick, a good countermeasure as well. Now going into the second ban phase, I wouldn't be too surprised with a Phantom Lancer ban, just because of the fact that that hero does relatively well against a Lifestealer. Anti-Mage also being a pretty strong ban here, if only due to the fact that there isn't too much split push potential, a counter to split push potential on the Radiant team so far. Sorry, on the Dire team. Rat is actually on the Dire, and 9, of course, being the Radiant squad.
And 9 are actually banning out safe lane solos right here. They're pretty much 100% confident that Rat are gonna go ahead and go with an aggressive tri-lane.
Yeah, those 3 are really would be your aggressive tri-lane heroes too.
Yeah.
And that's a really strong aggro tri.
Yeah. And with Keeper of the Light banned out, I kind of agree with that. It kind of just tells me that aggressive tri-lane is what they're gonna do, because if you're aiming for a tri-lane versus tri-lane situation, you don't want the enemy team to have a Keeper of the Light. He's the ultimate tri-lane versus tri-lane hero.
Yep. That's a very interesting Chen ban.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting this at all, to be honest. I was thinking if they were going to ban a jungler, it would be on the
Dire
Enigma,
team
just
ban.
because of even more synergy with their Darkseer as well as Queen of Pain. But I guess they're a bit worried about early push as well as just power in the with the creeps that Chen can get so early, as well as his decently fast jungling speed. You get a lot of AoE heal for your team there with that hero.
Puck band out here. That's another safe lane solo. Just taking out those very strong safe lane solos that can win 1v1 against Darkseer.
Not only that, but Puck would do very well against the Queen of Pain as well.
Yeah,
So just a really safe ban in general. And banning the Enchantress now, so they're really worried about synergy.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a pretty interesting pick. Very fast pick as well.
Yeah, typically you don't see that until the very last pick. But
That's actually pretty interesting. It kind of means that Leshrac, if they're going to run a tri-lane with the Shadow Demon, Leshrac, and Lifestealer against a Weaver, Leshrac has to be on the ball with his splitters. Otherwise, the Weaver will be able to get away because, of course, the Shukuchi will give him max move speed even if he is open wounds.
10 seconds remaining.
Also gives them a lot of split pushing to get a
5
Queen of Pain.
seconds
I mean,
remaining.
we saw Rat in the Dark ban at Anti-Mage, so clearly they fear that split pushing type of strategy.
Reserve time.
Weaver is another split pushing hero that really doesn't... He doesn't want to fight. He wants to... In team fights, he kind of skirts in the back.
10 seconds remaining.
Just trying to find those pickoffs on the supports and fleeing heroes. He
Yeah,
doesn't
it's really like
Radiant
Yeah.
team pick.
it's a power of Outlast, really, right?
Yeah.
Nature's Prophet being picked up now. That's pretty interesting, actually. They decide to ban out pretty much everything except the Enigma in terms of jungling and pick up a jungler of their own. That kind of tells me this might end up being a safe lane. That they
Could
wanna run,
also
like-
be a Nature's Prophet in the safe lane. Just having that hero to kind of help out the tri-lane, if they decide to aggressive tri-lane, is
10
kind of Nature's
seconds
Prophet's strength,
remaining.
isn't it? The teleport is very useful for making it a 4v3 instead of a
5
3v3
seconds
at any
remaining.
point in the game.
Yeah. Something interesting to note for N9's team is they could very easily go
Reserve
with the dual
time.
roam strategy. All three of their heroes right now have very big strengths in each of their lanes. Weaver does very well, sitting in that safe lane, which we will most likely see. Darkseer does very well in the off lane, as well as Queen of Pain having a very strong mid. So depending on what the next pick is here for them, they could go with, for example, Alina, and maybe even do a dual roam strategy. Their lanes are very much in the dark.
Yeah.
N9's. And then again, as you had mentioned before, so are Rat's heroes.
Yeah, they could do a lot here. Could even potentially run Nature's Prophet in the mid lane. They could also send Leshrac in the mid lane, or even do a dual mid with Shadow Demon and Leshrac. They could do a ton of stuff here.
Yep. Just waiting on the last pick for N9, of course. The quarterfinal game. This is a best of one between N9 and Rat in the Dark. Two non-American teams playing in the GosuCup Americas.
I'm thinking N9 might pick up Jakiro here, just because it gives them a lot of split push, or counter push, if they decide to go for split pushing strategy with that Weaver. And also, it's very good in tri-lane versus tri-lane scenarios. It's pretty tanky, it's natively tanky, and that AoE stun is very useful. I think that might be what we see here. But
10 seconds remaining.
I'm not sure. Could also be an Earthshaker, I guess.
5 seconds remaining.
I feel.
I'm thinking about a Bane right now. They actually go with the Enigma. This was really strong for them. As we mentioned before, the fact that Chen and Enchantress were both banned kind of gave grounds for someone to pick Enigma. And of course, you wouldn't really see it on Team Rat, mainly because the Rubik is picked up for N9. So not only does the Enigma synergize very well with the Darkseer as well as the Queen of Pain, they just, if they get their fights the way they want them to, they have a very strong team fight.
But where does Weaver fit into that? I don't really think he does.
See,
10 seconds
I actually think
remaining.
Rubik's the one that's going to have a tougher time here. They're probably going to safe lane, dual lane Weaver as well as
5
Rubik,
seconds
but
remaining.
Weaver doesn't really need that additional support there in that lane, unless it's going to be an aggressive tri-lane, which it could be.
Reserve
Yeah.
time. 5 seconds remaining.
Lion going to be the final pick. As I was thinking about what N9 would pick here, and yeah, Enigma was a very good pick. I was actually thinking about a support that can deal with Nakes, just slow down his mobility, stop him so that he isn't able to just mow down your team. Enigma, of course, was a really good pick in that sense, as well as just, I was thinking maybe Bane or a hero like that. Lion, of course, the last pick, just some really good burst damage. They can, if they choose to target one person, that one person's going down in a flash for Rat in the Dark's team. Just waiting on everyone to pick their heroes. Still waiting on Zoe.
Yeah.
XOY.
XOY. I think
Zoe.
Zoe knows new.
Zoe knows you.
Yeah, that could be it. Zoe
New.
knows you.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Alright, and there we go. We are into this game.
So for the Radiant, of course, this is N9's team. We have Risk, the captain, playing the Darks here. They're all heading top for the time being. Godot's going to be playing the Enigma. U-Boats, former U-Boats, Wall Eater is going to be playing the Weaver in the carry position, I guess, in this game at least. Shatan's going to be playing the Queen of Pain, and finally the shit player, XOY, playing the Rubik.
The shit. Hey, let's
That's
keep
their
it.
old team.
Let's keep it civil here.
That's true. It's their old team.
And on Rat in the
I was a
Dark,
fan.
we have Boogie playing this Shadow Demon. Going into the aggressive tri-lane, it looks like both teams are actually doing it. That's interesting to me. We have Sifla playing the Lifestealer, the tri-lane carry. JRX or Jerax playing the Leshrac. Old players might actually know who that is. He used to play in a few high-level teams
30
back in the
seconds to
day.
battle.
Lapis playing the Lion right here. Probably going to be in the mid lane, I feel.
Yep,
But-
with that item build, yeah.
Yeah. And Spin playing the Nature's Prophet.
That's very interesting. I haven't seen a Lion versus Queen of Pain matchup mid in a very long time. I wonder if Lapis is very knowledgeable in that matchup and could be part of the reason why they ended up picking it.
The battle
This is really
begins.
funny, actually. This aggressive dual lane with the jungling Enigma aggressively as well. Unfortunately, they don't run into anyone. But actually, the tri-lane's coming up. Seeing as they didn't see anyone in that lane, they're thinking maybe that it is going to be a solo safe. So they're all running. Actually, both teams spotting each other now. Godot seems like he's a little bit... he's in a really precarious situation. Of
Yeah.
course, he has skilled demonic conversion level 1, so he can't really do anything for this
Oh,
fight.
there we go.
Hasted Shadow Demon coming in from below. They're going to try to get the trap.
Oh,
Nice
this
split
is
earth
dead
as
Godot.
well from Jerax, and Godot's going to go down. First blood going to Boogie on the Shadow Demon. Excellent play from them, catching Enigma off guard there. And I wouldn't be surprised with rotation coming pretty much right off the bat now. It's going to be really hard to deal with this tri-lane, especially as not only being in the jungle for Enigma there, so you are going to have a dual lane against a really strong tri-lane, but going down 1 kill this early could be a problem. And look at the rotation coming almost instantly. No attempt at a gank though from the mid lane by XOY there, so they just maybe feel pretty confident in Queen of Pain's performance so far. She is doing pretty well, sitting at 4 and 2. Look at her item build actually. That's a lot of plus stats.
Yeah. Maybe
But,
she
you
was
know,
expecting
it's
the
working.
Nature's Prophet, because it can get a little bit tricky against Nature's Prophet mid, if you're Queen of Pain. Nature's Prophet has a very strong auto attack early on in the game.
Not only that, but I mean, this really cements her advantage against this Lion.
Yeah.
Not only does Lion not have the best auto attack in the world, but if he's doing 10 less damage than this Queen of Pain, that could be an issue as well. So, like, it's very evident in the CS. She's sitting at 7 and 4, up against the 3 and 0. And this lane has officially been ditched. Boogie as well as JRX, just stacking and pulling because there is really no competition here.
A lot
No
of
sm-
counter warding done in the jungle here from the Dire. Canada's saying that they don't want Enigma getting any farm.
Not only that, but the counter ward attempt here didn't work out too well for the Radiant. So N9 off to a bit of a rocky start just because of the fact that their top lane, unfortunately, that was a really unlucky haste rune that the Shadow Demon, well, fortunate for him at least that he had picked it up. They know where the rune, where the ward is, but they just can't counter it yet because it's placed in such a crazy place.
They need to eat this tree and then they're going to be able to see it, I think.
Yeah, he can see it right now, staring at it. Has to use 2 tangos to get it, but he does get it.
Oh, looking
So
at the bottom lane, might see some action here actually. No, Weaver decides
Nice
that he
smoke.
doesn't want to.
Did you see the smoke mid? Oh, sorry, it wasn't an invis rune. It wasn't even a smoke, but the sentry ward, of course, revealing that pretty much instantly. So Shaitan playing very safely, but he's getting some really good CS as well. But of course, the free farm really ends up going to this Lifestealer. He's sitting at 16 for 8 right now. Just very strong last hitting, as well as just good control of the lane. Leshrac helping out there with the pulls as well.
Yeah. I wonder if Red in the Dark are gonna transition these two supports into roaming supports. That's what we saw a lot of Eastern teams do this last GosuCup Asia. Leshrac and Shadow Demon
Radiant's
work
top tower
very
is
well
under
together.
attack.
Yep.
And having them rotate around, creating
they
space
picked
for
up
your team.
items too. Yeah, they picked up items for it too.
Yeah.
They didn't have a smoke between them before, but the smoke was ferried, so they do realize that they might have to get some rotation going. However, Leshrac has killed 2 points in Edict, so they could just go for a really early tower.
It looks like they're doing that actually with this auto attacking on the siege creep from the supports.
Yep. They have the catapult there in this creep wave. It is a 3-minute wave, so they can do a lot of damage to this tower.
And they also single pull just beforehand.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Because of the amount of rotation that's had to go down, Risk is only sitting at level 2. So he only really has just 1 point in Shell as well as 1 point in Surge.
Radiant structures.
So the tower already going to about 50% health. It's quite a bit of damage taken.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, and I think it's actually gonna fall here. Glyph has already been used, obviously, and it's taking a lot of damage. And here the next wave.
Mid lane, Queen of Pain actually going onto this Lion, doing a little bit of damage right now. She's gonna get her Scream off. Lion sitting at only half health and no bottle charges. I'm surprised he didn't bottle core right now.
Yeah, the
He might
crow
have
was there.
then. Yep.
He had a chance to do it.
Oh, Nags just raging away. So of course, as we had mentioned, the top tower now going down. Really fast tower. They might even just stay in this lane and just keep controlling the waves because they do have the jungle being able to pull from 2 areas. The standard, well, 3 areas really. The standard one, the far left camp from the Dire, as well as the easy camp. So they can really keep the creep wave wherever they want it for Team Rat. It's a pretty cool looking courier. For
yeah, I looked at it as well.
Really cool. I'm impressed.
I am impressed. No bottle yet from Queen of Pain. Opting to go for boots.
No, she's
first.
coming, I think, isn't she?
Oh, is she?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There we go. That would explain it.
Yep. She's really dominating her lane, though. That's one thing. Although the Lifestealer is getting free farm, the next 3 are all in favor of the Radiant in terms of farming. So they're all doing pretty well. Weaver looks like he's starting to build towards an early Linken's, picking up the Ring of Health pretty early. It's going to help him up against that Nature's Prophet as well, kind of making the Treants do less and less damage to him. As of course, as you can see in that lane, a bit of a focus fire on the Weaver going on.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Maybe he could have gone
play.
for a tower dive right there, but playing it safe doesn't
Good
feel
play.
like he wants to do it.
He didn't get the hit from the tower either because he Shikuchi'd out so that the tower would miss its projectile attack because he was invisible and out of range.
Dire's bottom tower
6-minute
is
rune
under
starting
attack.
to spawn relatively soon. The smoke from Shadow Demon doesn't really seem like it's going to accomplish much in this mid lane, as he is the only one here smoked, with Leshrac opting to stack instead. But he's going to camp the top rune for him. Bottom rune being camped, of course, by the Rubik player. It is going to spawn top, of course, and it is an invisibility. However, the Radiant have full knowledge of this fact, just with that nice ward placement.
Yep.
Yep. But both teams right now a little bit invisible momentarily. This is the 6-minute timing. However, there are observer wards on the Shadow Demon, as well as most likely going to be observer wards picked up by the Rubik. Yep, they're there right now. So really good awareness by the supports. Just really shows the caliber of these teams. There isn't really too much of a place where they're in the dark in this game. And Shaitan, of course, playing very safely as well, knowing that there is an Invis rune on that Shadow Demon. Just, you know, really showing his strength in terms of just mechanics as well as game knowledge. Sitting in a pretty convincing CS advantage, 16 denies.
This ward right here is a very good ward right now. It functions as both an offensive and a defensive ward because this pretty much lets them protect the Lion from ganks from the jungle, from Enigma, or anyone else who might show up, and it also lets them find out where the Queen of Pain is at all times if they can find a pick off on her.
The Prophet's doing very well for himself in this lane, actually. I'm quite surprised. He's sitting at 30 CS right now, picking up his Gloves of Haste, so we could probably see a Midas to be picked up relatively soon. It is a pretty popular item among Nature's Prophet. Once again, good pull there coming out of the Leshrac, really keeping their lane safe. It's pretty much one lane that the Radiant can't farm in. Whereas the Dire is kind of doing well in all 3 lanes for the
Oh,
most
look
part.
at the bottom lane.
Yep, looks like the Enigma is going to cast his Malefice on. That's only 2 stuns, but it seems like it might be enough. A nice Fade Bolt as well coming out of the Rubik. Is Wally going to get this last hit? Whoa, excellent Sprout, but the last hit ends up going to the Enigma. Nice Sprout catching 2 heroes there. He almost got away. It was just 1 attack away. Or maybe just like elongated his death momentarily because, of course, the Shikuchi was up for the Weaver, sitting at 4 levels in it as well, so it's a really quick cooldown. Movement coming from the from Team Rat here. This is a smoke on 3 heroes.
Big smoke.
Yep, he picked up the regen. Unfortunately, there's no wards coming out from the Radiant team to spot this. Are they going to manage to pick up the Rubik?
You should be able to. Oh,
yep. He's wrapping around. They know that he's there because of that pull, so they might just wait here until a hero comes nearby. However, something, you know, they see something's up. They're being really safe right now. And the smoke wears off.
Good game sense right there from N9.
Yep, really solid play so far. Quite impressive. And Darkseer starting to get his farm up just because of that Ion Shell. You're not going to keep him down forever. One of the strengths of that hero.
And also with this lane pushing so much. Oh yeah, you mean on the bottom
Here we
lane.
go, bot lane. Yeah, this is going to be a really clutch area to fight. I don't know if the Radiant are going to want to fight here. They do, of course, have the Black Hole up, but it's kind of a bit risky, especially considering Reliant is level 6. He does have his ultimate up, so the aggression here from Team Rat is nothing to scoff at for sure. They might... Looks like Zoe XOY is going to run out there. He's going to decide he doesn't want anything of this, using this time to put down his wards. Shikuchi being used by Wallider. Pretty scary.
Yeah. That could have gone very, very wrong for him, but... He's playing very aggressively here.
Yep. He's only sitting at about 130 mana, not enough mana to use his ultimate, so there's only really 2 more Shikuchis. However, it does halt this push so far, which lets him get a little bit of damage on the mid lane, and maybe even the top a little bit. The Lifestealer ends up rotating to the mid lane. TP's out back top. He has his Midas picked up actually.
Oh, look at the bottom lane.
Oh man, yep, Wallider's stuck in a pretty scary position. They're not even going to use the Lion ultimate. That's just really good game knowledge, knowing that he doesn't need to burst him down. Because the Sheep was more than enough, as well as the Impale. Really nice damage coming out. This is really the strength of the comp. And they're trying to defend this tower in the mid lane. A teleport coming out from the Lion, as well as the Leshrac.
Very good movement here from Rat in the Dark. Kind of getting everything they want.
Yep.
Everything
Really
working out in the last
play.
few minutes, yeah.
Not only, like, they're guaranteeing the safety of their Lifestealer, and then as soon as they know that he's strong enough to just be in that lane alone, and not really in a position of danger, they're just moving as 4. This is a really good time for them to move as 4 as well, with Lion's ultimate as well as Nature's Prophet ultimate. That's a lot of damage already, not to mention the fact that they have excellent push in the Diabolic Edict. So it's going to be really hard to deal with this. And we're starting to see a 2-tower advantage now in favor of Rat.
And we kind of see Shadow Demon just sitting behind his Lion in the mid lane, kind of expecting something to go down here. Probably want the Lion to actually get a few levels into his mana drain soon. Going for Phase Boots, that's interesting. Don't really see that much. Usually we see
cool.
Usually we see Arcane Boots, Power Treads, or Tranquil Boots. Mostly Tranquil Boots, I feel.
I mean, how many mid lane? I haven't seen mid lane Lion in quite a while as well. So just because of the fact that he does have that bottle pickup, he might decide that he doesn't. He might need a bit more move speed as well as damage in this lane.
Ooh.
Missing the stun on the Queen of Pain, unfortunately. Oh, looks like Rubik wanted to venture a little bit closer to try to take him, but the fact that they were hit by that Nature's Prophet ultimate means that something is up. They know that there is a ward in the mid lane, so they might try to counter that relatively soon if they want to. A smoke coming out as well. The Enigma picks up his buckler, getting closer to his mech. Still a little bit of ways though. Taking a look at the looks like a Hex going on to that Queen of Pain as well as the Impale. Nice split earth, but excellent Black Hole being cancelled by the disruption as well. Queen of Pain blinks away. Enigma getting sprouted by the Furion. Are they going to get a kill? This is, of course, a double damage on the Lion as well. He picks up the last hit with it. So a little bit of an iffy situation there, having forced the Black Hole out. Nice Black Hole, but of course, great positioning by the Shadow Demon, gets the disruption off almost instantly. And excellent deny there from the Eidolons of the Enigma. Godop playing very well, just making sure that any losses they take are very minimal.
It all comes back to that ward in the mid lane, doesn't it? being able to see the Enigma is what allowed him to cancel it so fast. Enigma might not have known about the ward. He wasn't there earlier when they got hit by the Nature's Prophet ulti, and lacking communication maybe.
I'm a bit worried right now for this Nature's Prophet. He's taking a little bit of damage. He's not really on very much mana as well, so he has picked up his Midas, however, and he might actually end up getting the mech faster than the Enigma, which is going to be very important in this lane. Yeah, look at this dive right now. He's actually, because of the bugs there, he's gonna maybe get the kill. Yep, as well as ulting pretty much instantly, but a nice Hex as well as Impale, and the Finger of Death coming out of the line, pretty much melting the Weaver. good TP counter gank.
Oh, look at the top lane.
Yep, he doesn't even suspect a thing. Using his Surge, unfortunately gets disrupted almost instantly. Really good play coming out of Boogie right now. And are they gonna get the kill? Yes, they are. Picking up the last hit. Really, man, the amount of movement coming out of these supports is really phenomenal. Catching the darks here, they're pretty much completely off guard.
Smoke here from the supports on the 9. Just sitting behind this Queen of Pain. But I think the positioning is a bit off
Nature's
here.
Prophet. Strange place to sprout there.
Oh,
they're actually going to blink away and go onto the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon caught off a little bit here alone. He's going to actually use his Magic Stick and live right now. The last hit may be picked up by the Queen of Pain. Is he going to blink? He's going to blink, scream, and get the kill. However, Leshrac is hot in his tail right now. Nice open wounds as well. His blink is off cooldown now, but doesn't have enough time to use it. He's going to go down to Leshrac. Nice rotation from the Lifestealer as well.
Very greedy play right there from Queen of Pain, actually. Going for that blink.
They expected him to be dead, except he had a 15 charge Magic Stick, so...
Yeah.
Really helped him there. Really strong item.
Really strong item, it's true.
100 CS now. He's 25 CS ahead of the leading person for the Radiant. So this Lifestealer is doing very well, picking up his armlet as well as 1,000 gold. This looks like they want to actually take Roche right now. I'm not sure if this ward actually sees them going in. It'll be tough to tell for now, but I mean, this is going to be a little bit of a slower Roche, I feel, just because they don't have any minus armor. There isn't a medallion on that.
There was a ping from the Rubik, so they do know about it.
Yep.
But are they going to respawn?
Test. It doesn't seem like it. And with this, of course, the mech is going to be finished on the Nature's Prophet, so that's going to be a very big pickup, as well as an urn going to be picked up on that Shadow Demon. So everyone doing very well for themselves. And the Lion sitting at about 150 gold away from his Blink Dagger, so just once he gets that and has the mobility there, it's going to be really scary to try to engage onto this this Finnish squad.
Yeah, and you kind of have to look at the Queen of Pain when that happens, because the Queen of Pain isn't very tanky. Only 1,000 health, still going for the stat items rather than any greedy damage items, aggressive damage items. But when that blink comes up on the line, he's going to be hunting her pretty much all the time. You cannot blink away when you're hexed or stunned.
Yep, just a really good counter pick. Really strong pick there. And I mean, he did get behind in the CS, but he's making full use of his of each spell on his hero ability to its maximum effect, getting a kill pretty much every time his ultimate's off cooldown. And nice, of course, we had seen it before, the counter gank on that Weaver, when he had gone on that Nature's Prophet, securing the kill with his Finger of Death.
Smoke up here from the Dire side in their own jungle, instantly pinging this Queen of Pain. And we do see the Blink Dagger on Lion, and this was what I was talking about. They're just going to be hunting her over and over.
Yep. Look at Leshrac's item. He's doing very well as a 4 right now. He has his
mid lane.
Yep, they're actually going to go onto this Rubik. Unfortunately, taking it pretty difficult to escape from that 4-man gang, especially with the Nature's Prophet coming in behind. Wall Eater now only has his Perseverance. He's still pretty far away from his Lincoln Sphere, and it's not really a heavy damage item, right? It's more for survivability on that Weaver. So in terms of that, like, looking at the difference in pretty much damage between the Lifestealer and the Weaver, Lifestealer can just go on Weaver whenever he wants. They're actually going to go on him now, but as I had mentioned before, the Shukuchi being able to get away quite easily from that open wounds, so all for naught.
He's playing so aggressively here, Wall Eater.
He wants to do damage on this Prophet. It's pretty funny. But Prophet I don't think will mind that much. I mean, he can always just teleport right out of there if he takes too much damage. The spam continues, though, from Shukuchi there, from that Weaver. Teleporting away, going back to base now. Realizing he's taking a little bit too much damage. If there was a smoke gank coming for him, he'd be dead. Sitting at about 17 minutes and a half. It's still a pretty even game, actually. It's 3,000 gold in favor of the Dire, as well as 3,000 experience, which isn't actually that much, so the Radiant doing very well to stay in this. You can really see this by the farm, though. I mean, Lifestealer has the most farm, but the next 4 are all on the Radiant, so they're keeping up.
Looking at the gold graphs, you see about 3,000 gold in favor of the Dire, so...
Yep.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So, it's actually pretty interesting. They might go for a double Lincoln Sphere in this sense. Queen of Pain has the ultimate orb. They're going to take the top tier 2 tower pretty easily. No contest, really. And now teleporting just to make sure that none of their towers are taken. So nice teleportation coming out of Rat now. That was pretty much just a free tower. But as I mentioned before, ultimate orb picked up. It might actually be a sheepstick in the end. More than likely. But Weaver is sitting about 1,000 gold away from his Lincoln Sphere, so we'll see if he decides what damage item to go for pretty much after. Because they're going to need something to deal with this pretty heavy-duty Dire squad.
Yeah. Not only that, I mean, this Weaver is falling behind this Lifestealer. Lifestealer with a Midas is going to farm very, very fast, even using that Infestor farm, I believe.
Yep. I mean, look at the difference in gold per minute.
Yeah.
It's 540 for the Lifestealer, 380 for the Weaver. Oh, is he going to go on this Lion? Nope, decides against it. Probably the best bet there. I mean, Lion does have his level 2 ultimate now, so it is going to be doing 725 damage when he uses it. That's pretty much half health of that Weaver, if you include magic resist. Sitting at 7-3 here, so, I mean, in terms of kills, it's still pretty healthy too. Something important to note, though, is that there are 3 heroes that haven't died at all for the Dire. The Lifestealer, the Leshrac, as well as the Lion, and you can really tell in their items. I mean, this Leshrac's 2-0-4 right now. He's doing very well for a semi-support hero.
But Skullbasher picked up here on Lifestealer. I like that item from Sifla. I think that's a good item choice right here. Kinda saying, you're not gonna TP away from me anymore. Just a very solid item for Lifestealer.
Yep,
Also lets him stay on his target in team fights. That's the most important thing when you Lifestealer. You just want to stay on your target for as long as you can.
Yeah, for sure. He'll be working towards that Abyssal Blade most likely, of course. That'll also do very well against the Weaver. If he just like procs a Lincoln's charge, he'll get the 2-second stun on him.
Yeah, and it is fairly easy to proc that. Lincoln's, when you have an Aegis Prophet on your team.
Attack.
He can always ulti from anywhere on the map, and it will proc it.
They might look for a trade right now. I'm not sure if this is the best option. I mean, of course, Risk and his squad need to get some presence on this map. They only have 2 towers taken compared to the 4 taken from the Dire. But the fact that Edict's up for the with the Leshrac means that they're just going to melt it. Yep, they are going on this Nature's Prophet. Telekinesis, of course, but Lion is there. So are they going to continue this engagement? It'll be interesting. Mech is actually popped by the Nature's Prophet, and that's pretty much it. That was a 1-for-1 tower exchange. A tier 2 for a tier 1. Oh man, they're actually going to get volleyed right now. Once again, not using the ultimate from the Lion. Of course, he didn't have enough mana to use it at that point in time, but it means he's going to be up for the next engagement. And looking for protection now for their tier 2 top, while 4 of them pressure the mid lane. Of course, Furion can always TP back in about 10 seconds time, so he'll be there for the fight if they need him to. Really strong performance, though.
Looking at the top lane, I believe N9 are actually going to go for a pick off on this Nature's Prophet. Yep, there we
yeah,
go.
It looks like it. Yep. He's going to use his ultimate before he goes down. Is he actually going to go down, though? He's really tanky. Turnaround as well. The Enigma going to use a teleport and get the heck out of there, while Furion does the same. But, of course, the mid-tier 2 tower was down because of that fact that Leshrac has level 4 Edict. Man, this Leshrac's getting massive.
Speaking of massive, look at Lifestealer's gold. He can actually finish his Abyssal Blade right now if he wants to.
Yep. We'll see if he decides to. The courier is moving towards the secret shop. It might just be depositing a gem on someone, though.
Yeah, it looks like he's given a gem to a Shadow Demon.
Yep.
That's a really
what
good
better way to
pick-off.
cement?
That's
Yeah,
a really
they really
good
want to
pick-up.
cement their map control, right?
Yeah. Choosing to upgrade the Shadow Poison a lot here, rather than the Disruption.
Yeah, pretty interesting actually.
Yeah.
It might just be that there isn't really too much right click coming out from the Radiant squad, so the disruption illusions won't be doing that much damage. maybe
That is
focusing on
true.
Shadow Poison.
But when you're roaming so much with Leshrac earlier on in the game, you typically only use Disruption and Soul Catcher. So maxing those two spells early on, it's typically what you see. But not always, as shown here.
Yep, and he's playing very well. I mean, being able to afford a gem so early as well as picking up his urn. He's sitting at 3-1, this Shadow Demon. Good play. The only unfortunate thing,
Look at the bottom lane.
forward onto this Starks here, as well as the Nature's Prophet ultimate going off. He's going to try to get the Hex off, but a speeding frog comes out of nowhere. He's going to try to turn around right now. I'm not too sure what Risk is deciding to do here. Wow, he didn't take any damage to that Finger of Death, basically. And the turnaround, Sheep going onto the Lion. They're going to vacuum them back. Mech used by the Nature's Prophet. They're going to continue this engagement. Queen of Pain blinks forward, uses the Scream again, and gets the last hit onto that Lion. And now the Nature's Prophet's in a little bit of trouble. His teleport comes off right now, but the telekinesis up from the Rubik, going to guarantee the kill. Double kill for the Queen of Pain.
What incredible turnaround right there from N9. And also very well played from Risk right there. Running back into the two gankers with the pipe on, saying, hey, I know I'm going to survive this Finger of Death.
Yeah.
And he did.
Yeah.
As you said, he barely did any damage at all.
That's a big ultimate to waste there, too. It's going to be down for another minute. Not the biggest, I guess, in terms of cooldowns, but still an important thing that you want to have in every engagement you have.
Look at how annoying Wall Eater's
Interesting
being on top.
teleport back. That was a really interesting teleport back. He felt like he wasn't safe at all there, I guess, the Lifestealer.
But
Even though it was just
had
a Weaver.
this Shadow Demon right there. The Weaver was being very annoying. But that's
Still, I mean,
typically...
interesting to say the least.
Yeah, not really enough, though, to warrant the TB back. Maybe you wanted to pick up an item.
Yep, good turnaround so far though. The Lincoln Sphere, of course, is picked up by that Weaver, and the Queen of Pain has finished her Sheepstick, as we had seen in the previous engagement, allowing them to pick up the kill on that Lion.
Look at how close this Leshrac is to his BKB right now. That is going to be absolutely massive.
Yep, sitting at about only 230 gold, 220 now away. I'm pretty anxious to see what this Lifestealer will pick up next, whether it's going to be like a heart or something. Because he does a lot of damage right now. Maybe just his problem is just getting to people. Weaver is going to be pretty tough to catch. Here comes the counterporting. Yeah.
They almost missed his ward, actually. That would have been
Yeah.
very comical.
But really just one ward now left because of the fact that the gem was picked up relatively early. Roshan, like, nice time to counter ward as well. Roshan sitting about 10 seconds away now. Maybe a little bit more.
He should be very close, though. I'm actually gonna
the ball
look
is
at it.
dropping.
Yeah. There we go.
Happy New Year! Alright, they start pretty much right away. I'm sure that N9 knows that the Rosh is up and in fact chooses to try to split push, force some people away from Roshan right now. So the Weaver is top. And in fact so is most of the other the squad there.
Oh! Not getting the Hex off there.
Yep. Was pretty close. Enigma has a really interesting item build. He's only picked up his Belt of Giant Strength, so he hasn't completed his treads yet. But now instead trying to go for maybe a Black King bar. Unless he's going for something like a Heaven's Halberd, which would be pretty interesting. Be pretty funny. I'd be amused.
And interesting decision from N9 to split push, as you pointed out earlier. I mean,
Yeah.
Roshan
not
didn't even get
contesting
the tower.
that. Yeah, exactly. It's not fast enough, right?
Yeah.
So
Dire's top tower
Very
is
interesting.
under
It seems like they
attack.
didn't really expect the Rosh at all, even in that sense. I mean, they just gave it away for free and didn't really accomplish anything out of it.
apparently people can't hear you in game via Dota
Okay.
TV.
Yeah, I'll change that right now.
All right.
Okay, it should be better now.
Hopefully.
There we go. Yep, I can see it.
Pretty empty
Cool,
cast without
sorry
the
about
main
that.
co-caster, right?
Oh well. Sorry to all you people watching in game. Of course, as mentioned, it is fixed now. Hex going on to this Queen of Pain, actually. They're going to follow up with the Impale, as well as the Open Wounds now. They're going to pretty much melt that Queen of Pain in the mid lane. Ping coming out for the Leshrac, though. They want to have a turnaround. Looks like the bugs coming out, the swarm from the Weaver. But the BKB actually being popped. Everyone's running away. Is XOY going to get out? He's going to teleport out. Pretty much slightly wasted BKB there.
Yeah,
because
forcing
of
out the
teleport
10-second
support.
BKB is almost as good as getting the actual kill on itself. Optimal would be to do both, but that's pretty hard.
Yeah, pretty interesting. Meanwhile, I guess Godot's still farming away, getting a little bit closer to his next item pickup, whatever he decides to choose.
Probably going to be a BKB, I feel. Could be a Blink Dagger,
Yeah,
but
and Prophet getting closer to Sheepstick as well. So this is a really big time for everyone. As we had mentioned before, Leshrac picking up his BKB, Lion getting closer to his BKB. The Rage with Lifestealer as well. So that's 3 pretty much Magic Immune targets that you don't want to have Magic Immune. Because look at the amount of damage coming out from the Radiant squad. There isn't really a physical damage dealer yet. Weaver's sitting at around 3,600 gold, but everyone else has a lot of kind of magic type burst damage. So it'll be a little bit harder to try to take down the Dire squad here. And they are trying to go into this base, but the Fortify... What nice cancel Edict, actually forcing the Fortify. They thought he was going to use it, but he actually canceled it to force it. So nice play there coming out from JRX.
Yep. Still a new item pickup for this Lifestealer. Sitting at 3,000 gold right now. It'll be interesting to see what he's going to pick up. Most likely an Assault Curious, that's what we typically see. Just for the attack speed being very useful with his passive.
Stolen Spell being a Split Earth there. Nags popping his Rage as well as the real Edict this time around. They're going to get this tower with relative ease. They're going to go engage on this Lifestealer most likely. He is going to invest in this Nature's Prophet, and they're going to be okay there in the end. Doesn't end up using his Aegis there.
I am compelled.
He's been earning it right here. I wonder if he's going to go into the jungle just to lifesteal up as fast as possible, or if he's just going to stick around.
Yep, seems like he's sticking around for now.
Yeah.
They've got to be a little bit worried about the fact that the Black Hole is up. Pretty much every ultimate is up right now, 4 and 9. So this is really their chance to defend. They actually smoked the Enigma, which is pretty interesting. The Swarm going out, Lifestealer pops Rage and actually ends up going for the Rax instead, but gonna run away in the end. A nice wall kind of negating everyone from entering the base, but it doesn't seem like much is gonna happen right now actually. Everyone's gonna back off. So the wall did end up being used there, but that's pretty much it. Everyone backing away.
Goran is sitting at a lot of gold right now. If he wanted to pick up a Blink Dagger, he could have at this point. So this leads me to believe that he actually is going to go for a BKB.
They're playing really scared. They don't know where everyone went.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not sure if the push is over or not. Really.
Yeah, primarily due to the fact that the gem was picked up on the Shadow Demon so early, and they did a really good job of counter warding. So pretty much N9 sitting in the dark right now.
Boogie's just playing very, very well on that Shadow Demon. 3-1 and 2, 30 minutes into the game on a 5-type hero. That's very impressive.
Yeah, for sure. Taking a look at the advantage, it's sitting now at about 8,000 gold in favor of the Dire, and in terms of experience, relatively even, but I mean, gold really is what is showing the difference. Look at Rubik's items compared to, for example, Leshrax's items. It's just a big difference. Lifestealer sitting at 4,300 gold, so he pretty much effectively has 3 lives for this fight. Oh, they actually end up using a sheep on him, as well as the poison there. But a nice disruption negates the Scream of Pain damage coming out. The ultimate being used by the Nature's Prophet. They're just targeting down this Rax. Mid-Rax is going to end up going down now. Lifestealer taking a relatively big amount of damage, but that was a really nice Sprout.
Yeah.
Risk was caught there on the edge. He couldn't go forward. And opted not to use his vacuum to clear the trees. Oh, Blink forward as well as the Impale. Infested Lifestealer comes out, and they get the kill on the Darkseer without him using a single spell there. He's going to be down for 50 seconds pretty much. We'll see if he decides to buy back or not. He does have the money for it, so.
And I think he's going to have to. I don't think they're actually going to be able to hold another tower without that pipe ready. And without that wall. He has a lot of stuff to toss out if he buys back. I think he will. If they see a push come out, he will.
Yep, it seems like they'll be okay for now. Of course, they don't have their glyph up for another minute and 35 seconds or so, so it could be pretty hard to counter push. I'm surprised that Weaver is spending this time top, seeing as he doesn't really have a TP. It must be, yeah, it's fairy to him right now with that courier. I expected them to use the Swarm there on the bot. He actually ends up having to buy back, and it's really unfortunate because he was about 10 seconds away from him spawning.
Yeah, but look at how fast his tower is falling. They don't really have a choice.
Yeah.
He just had to buy back right there.
Yeah, agreed. Splitter's just doing damage to the creeps there for now. But
BKB is finished on Enigma. That's going to be an important item pickup. Nothing to cancel it.
Yep. So he's going to get his full 5 seconds Black Hole off if he manages to get that BKB in time. Of course, if they get the Lion blinking forward as well as Hexing, it could be a potential big pick-off for them.
Weaver is still split pushing here. Going for the Crystallis, that's pretty an interesting item. Typically we see Monkey King Bar, but...
I kind of agree with this. They need as much burst as possible right now. Unfortunately, it seems like everyone's really tanky, especially with that mech on the Nature's Prophet, which was a really early mech pickup as well. Really, his only target must be the
Shadow Demon.
Shadow Demon, now that the Black Bar has been picked up for this Lion, it's on its way right now.
Shadow Demon is not the easiest support to kill just because of that disruption.
Yep, the Heart is actually picked up. for the lifestealer. So good item choice, sitting at 3,000 health now. Gonna be really hard to take down.
Is under attack.
Looks like everyone's grouped up in the bottom lane pretty much now. Shaitan just, of course, pushing the mega creeps now away from the mid lane. Here goes the Edict. Blink forward as well as Hex onto the Enigma. This is exactly what I was talking about. He's not even going to get his Impale off in time, is he? Yep, Finger of Death going down onto it. Of course, the Impale stolen by the Rubik is going to go down. Scream of Pain from that Queen of Pain. Not going to be doing too much, though. The amount of BKBs. Leshrac goes down to the Darks here. Actually, Weaver ends up getting last hit. But they're kind of just ignoring it right now. There's only 3 heroes left for both squads. Queen of Pain blinking forward. They're going to try to get this kill onto Nature's Prophet. He goes down. Lifestealer forced to TP out. And he's barely going to get out in time. Wow, that was close. If he'd gone down there, he was dead because he wouldn't have... his Aegis actually had popped earlier, so...
Middle barracks are under attack.
And he didn't have buyback either. Kills the gem before he goes down. Nice play by Boogie. Dropping the gem as well as killing it. Good play there. But a nice turnaround coming out of N9. Securing the fact that their bottom Rex is still there.
Yeah, but I mean, they still lost a lot of damage on it, and I mean, it's gonna regenerate, but you have to assume that Rad are actually gonna go for another push as soon as the round, pretty much.
But at the same time, that was a really nice fight for them. The only person really that down was the Enigma, the scary one, I should say. Queen of Pain had lived through that entire fight, as well as the Weaver, as well as the Darkseer, I believe.
Darkseer actually went down, but he used everything he had beforehand, so...
Okay.
There was really nothing left for him to do.
Yep. But I guess the important thing is really the Queen of Pains. She's getting closer and closer towards her BKB.
Yeah. Should actually have it after this creeper. Oh no, it's pretty much all taken by the Iron Shell.
Yeah. This is really the battle of BKBs going on right now, or Lincolns pretty much too.
Yeah, just very defensive auto pickups across the board in this game.
It's gonna be a while before Shadow Demon gets his though.
Yeah. Oh, he picks up a new gem.
Another gem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
important. As well as the smoke now picked up on this Leshrac. They're probably gonna look for another engagement that they can take here. There is about a minute and a half left until Roshan spawns again, so this would be a really opportune time to get a pick off on someone. Yep, backing up, getting ready to use the smoke most likely, and nope. Doesn't look like it. Everyone's really in the bot lane right now. 4 heroes camping this farming Weaver. Is he going to get engaged on? Open wounds used by the Nags, of course, proccing the Lincoln's charge, so he'll be okay there. A blink forward as well. Sheep onto this lifestealer. BKB used by the Enigma. He actually gets a bubble on 3 heroes. Shadow Demon as well as the Lion getting caught there. They're going to try to focus his Lion next. Lion pops his BKB, but he's going to go down as well as the Shadow Demon. That's a 3 for 0 right now. Blinking aggressively by this Queen of Pain. Buyback being forced by the lifestealer. Is he going to try to get back into this fight as soon as possible? He has a TP up, but decides against using it. So it could be this. This could mean the bottom tier 2 tower going down.
Yeah, and it looks like Red in the Dark are actually just going to let it fall, and that's the correct call here. They want to buy as much time as possible. They don't actually want to rush in 3v5 after losing 2 team fights in a row.
Yep. I'm expecting Virion to teleport top right now, try to get a little bit of damage. However, TP is pretty much instantly by the Radiant squad. They get what they came for, and they start pushing back their waves now from the mid as well as the top lane. But this means that this is a little bit of a timing for Roshan for the Dire, for N9, for
we
Rat.
actually see both teams pinging it out fairly aggressively. Of course, the Dire are actually going to go for it as soon as possible.
This is, of course, the 3rd Roshan, so there is a cheese associated with it as well. We'll see who they decide to give this to. One of those things most likely going to go to that Lifestealer, just as he is the primary damage dealer for now.
He doesn't really go down in one go. He usually has time to pick up. Wow.
Left.
They're going to leave the cheese?
I don't think they saw it actually. There's just a runaway cheese now. Man, if someone actually just like walks in there and sees it, it'd be really funny. But that's a pretty comical mistake coming out from 2 top tier teams now. Well, I guess one. It's merely the Dire's mistake here. If N9 pick up on this and just like go in and see the cheese, it'd be pretty important actually.
Yeah, and I mean, if you get that on a hero like Weaver, a hero that's very hard to actually stun lock to death, then
yeah. Be funny.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting play, I guess. Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Most likely unintentional. In fact, almost entirely
Yeah,
unintentional.
there's no way they did it on purpose.
A smoke forward, actually. They're going to try to use this as an opportune time to go. Unfortunately, the black hole is in a minute cooldown, so this could be a really strange initiation from N9 if they decide to go here. They're going to go, though. Here comes the turnaround as well. This Darkseer gets a massive 3-hero vacuum, but the wall is a little bit off for now. Queen of Pain taking a lot of damage. Leshrac running in as well. They're going to get the Impale off from the Enigma. Enigma's going to go down pretty much instantly in this fight. Darkseer being sheeped as well. The Scream of Pain coming from the back as well. Lappy is taking a lot of damage right now, but Lifestealer doing as much as possible. He still has his Aegis up. Queen of Pain's going to go down. Everyone on the N9 running for their lives. The buyback, of course, being forced by that Queen of Pain. But everything seems okay for now after that. It was a 3 for 2, I believe. Maybe even a 3 for 3 if the Rubik had gone down. No, Rubik didn't get down there.
No. Important to point out is that Darkseer actually didn't get his wall off on the Lifestealer, so that was a lot of damage missing from him.
Yeah. He had vacuumed 3, but the wall actually ended up only hitting 1 hero.
Yeah.
I believe it was the Lion, so not an optimal wall there.
And that's why you wall before you vacuum.
It's a lot harder to do, though.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. Of course, they were fighting without the black hole there, so they're going to have the black hole up for the next engagement. That's a very important thing to note.
Yeah.
Mainly due to the fact that their team fight was pretty gimped.
Yeah, and still getting a triple kill on that Weaver kind of shows the potential of this hero in the late game.
Yeah. Look at his bounce back farm.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really impressive. Sitting at 38 minutes, 39 minutes now. He finished his Lincolns relatively late, I'd like to say, but his Daedalus and Manta were picked up pretty soon, so he's going to be a force to be dealt with, really. Like, it's going to be really hard to take him down, and he's going to be doing a lot of damage.
Look at the two graphs right now. They're so even for 40 minutes into the game. Typically, you see
Massive
more than this.
Actually.
Huh?
That's a big experience advantage.
Oh yeah, it is.
In favor of N9 now. So really nice comeback coming out of them right now. They're playing it very well. I'm quite impressed. It's really hard to come back like this.
Is under attack.
Considering the amount of map control that Team Rat had gained in the first, I'd say, 15 to 20 minutes of the game, really impressive comeback so far. 2,400 gold now on Wall Eater. In terms of gold per minute, Lifestealer is still the biggest, I guess, but it's still pretty close. I mean,
no TP and Weaver means he actually cannot split push. He would probably wanted to take this tower down before the Dire broke down into the base, but no TP means he can't.
Oh, Sheep actually going on to this Lifestealer. Nice disruption, though, coming from the Shadow Demon to save his life momentarily. He pops his Rage and just pretty much goes on this bottom Rax now. However, he's going to take a lot of damage. Look how much damage this Weaver is doing, and they're forced to back off once again. Pretty interesting play there. I don't think that was a fight they really wanted to have happen. Pipe down for 40 seconds for the Starks here, so they're not going to have that if the engagement lasts during the next time. But I mean, they do have pretty much every spell as well as ultimate up. So this fight looks like it might actually end up favoring N9 now. Oh, looks like another go on this Rax. Actually, the fortification is used. Look how much damage Lifestealer is taking again. He's going to invest into this Treant, and he's going to be lifted pretty much instantly. Nice play coming from the Rubik. Lifestealer taking so much damage. They're going to take down the Weaver, though, and a black hole on pretty much just one hero. Pretty interesting choice for that black hole, though. Lifestealer using Rage again, going on this bot Rax. Is he going to manage to take this down? Meanwhile, the Sprout coming out onto Rubik. Rubik's going to go down before, of course, using the telekinesis. Nature's Prophet trying to TP away. Is he going to get out in time? He manages to get out, but the Lifestealer ends up going down, having to buy back pretty much instantly. And they're chasing. Shadow Demon, wow, 2 TPs getting out now. Unfortunately, this Lion, BKB as well as TP. Are they going to manage to get him out? Oh, wow. That was like the second attack from Geminate attack.
Yeah.
Not hitting there because of that. Nice TP. Good BKB as well as TP.
And Red in the Dark actually get out fine there, I feel. Most heroes made it out okay. I believe there was one buyback, wasn't there? Yes, on Lifestealer.
Yeah.
So there is always that.
But they got the bottom racks, that's the important thing.
Yeah.
So now there's 2 Raxes down. However, I mean, if you're looking at these team fights, the only thing I can say really was that wasn't the ideal black hole. Unfortunately, he ended up only getting the Leshrac in it for the full 5 seconds. I think if it had gotten both the Lesh and the Lifestealer, that fight would have actually been really optimal for them. They may have even been able to save their bot racks. However, I mean, one of the hardest heroes to play in terms of positioning is that Enigma, so...
He would have actually had the Lifestealer if Lifestealer wasn't actually dead and respawning with the Aegis.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would have hit him.
Yeah.
But you can't black hole a grave. You just don't do that.
Exactly.
That's not
Level 3 wall is going to be up for the next engagement, but of course the 5 from Team Rat, their last objective really is this top racks, just to get those mega creeps. It's so hard to push back against mega creeps. It's pretty much a a GG, unless in some really crazy situations if you end up getting them. So, interesting that they're trying to go on this now, though, because there isn't a... the Aegis is not up. The Chi's pretty much sitting there still, overlooked, unfortunately. And it would be so useful in this situation, too. However, they're going to continue. If this game drags on and a team goes to Roche, they're just going to get the greatest present of their lives.
Picking up the plate mail from Lifestealer first here.
Rage stolen by
this, more armor rather than going for the attack speed.
And I agree with this. I mean, he does get some attack speed from that, from the Rage, of course, which is stolen by the Rubik, funnily enough. So he'll have a 6-second BKB for the next fight.
That's actually pretty big. Not being able to get stunned and picked off by the other two supports is going to be absolutely massive.
Yep.
Also, of course, it's really good against Lion.
Yeah, exactly. Lincoln's being popped with that Furion's ultimate there. His Wrath of Nature. And the Edict starts. They're going to try to do as much damage as possible to this tower. It might actually end up going down. Being forced back, unfortunately, taking a little bit of tower damage. BKB popped. Multiple BKBs popped with that blink. Rubik using his Rage. Godot going down. Abyssal Blade being used on him from that lifesteal. He goes down pretty much instantly. Lion, of course, being the next target by that Weaver. And now they're pretty much focusing on this Leshrac. However, Lifestealer taking the top tower as we speak. Leshrac going to go down, unfortunately. Nice Sonic Wave there from that... Queen of Pain. And they actually end up getting the kill. The Weaver gets the kill on the Lifestealer. He doesn't have buyback. However, look at the other two lanes. Man, there's a lot of creeps right now. It's unfortunate that there isn't too much AoE push potential from that Weaver, because they could probably, I don't know, take a mid tower right now if they could push this faster.
But I mean, look at this. I mean, Radiant and Dark are still getting what they're going for. They're still getting the buildings down.
Yeah.
That's what matters to them. They just want to force mega creeps. They don't care if they all die as long as they still get the buildings.
Yeah. Have you ever played Castle Defense? This seems like pretty much like Castle Defense, Warcraft 3 style. You just gotta sit there like the last defense, just hold as long as possible, because eventually, if there's no buybacks, for example, like right now, they might be able to get something back in return, like that mid tower. Black Hole now up once again, and the TP forward. They're gonna try to push right now. 5 mid. Defensive ping coming back though. I'm not sure if they are scared about a potential backdoor.
I think there might have been an aggressive ping from Leshrac actually.
No, it was a defensive one. Because of the shield.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Oh, Desolator picked up on this Weaver. I love this. This is so good against Lifestealer.
Not only that, but the fact that it works on towers as well. They need to do as much damage to towers as possible right now. Lifestealer, 4 seconds to respawn. We'll see how much damage they can do onto this tower right now. Oh, the Fortify ends up being used. But look at the bottom lane right now. I mean, Furion actually keeping back. Infested Lifestealer right now. He's in the Lion. Lion blinks forward, gets back into the side. Excellent Black Hole from this from Godot here. He traps the Lion. Lion goes down pretty much instantly. They're going to do as much damage as possible to this Lifestealer. Is he going to end up going down? He ends up going down. Wall Eater sitting pretty high in terms of health right now too. Leshrac's going to go down too. That's a 3 for 0. Aggressive blink forward from that Queen of Pain. She's going to use her Shadow Strike onto this Furion. Furion trying to TP back. Is he going to go down? No, he isn't, but they're just like focusing their priorities right now, taking the mid-racks. That was the 3 for 0 exchange. Lifestealer still doesn't have BKB either. How much are they going to be able to get out of this push?
I think they're actually going to be able to go for their throne out here. They're just pinging it furiously. They want to go for this. They want to win this game right now.
Yep. Buyback now. He's going to go forward. Shadow Demon picking off the Rubik. Rubik buys back into the game almost instantly. It may have even been some sort of suicide just to deal with the fact that their lanes are pushing so hard. But that's a mid-racks down and a buyback force once again. And Roche, of course, spawning in about 20 seconds. So this next couple of, I guess, minute or two is going to be really high impact. Just because this game is pretty much swung wide open with that great push.
Oh, look at this positioning from N9 right now. They want to find another kill.
They know. They're actually going to blink forward, go onto this Furion right now. Vacuum back as well. Oh. Nice disruption, too. They're actually going to try to turn this, but Furion goes down pretty much instantly. Wall Eater taking a dive as well there. He doesn't even have buyback. Oh, yes. No, he doesn't yet. Nice Impale, though, going on to this Queen of Pain as well as the Enigma. The buyback, of course, going down from the Prophet. He's going to do as much to this Darkseer as possible. Look how fast that guy's going, even though he is impaled. Sorry, hexed, I should say. Wow, nice TP back from 2 of them. I don't know if this Darkseer is going to be able to get out okay or not. The question is, does he have buyback? And the answer, of course, is yes. However, the Courier goes down. Buyback. Yep. Weaver does not have buyback.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
It actually went down because Weaver had 2 healing salves being ferried to him. And I mean, 2 main salves, 200 gold. He's sitting
Radiant's
256
middle
gold away from a buyback right now.
Oh, wow.
That is a misplay.
That's actually massive.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
is a
think he
huge
expected
misplay.
that. I think they thought that he had buyback. I'm pretty surprised that Darkseer hasn't bought back yet. They might be trying to use it as like a... Yep, there it goes.
From darkness, I surge.
Interesting. Lifestealer once again investing into the Lion. Lion blink forward, impales the Rubik. Rubik goes down pretty much instantly. He does not have buyback for this fight as well. And they're going straight for the top racks. Are they going to be able to get it down in time? This is actually pretty close. Nice fortify though. Necessary fortify. Here comes the blink forward and Sheep as well. Nice vacuum as well as wall coming out from the Darkseer. Are they going to manage to kill anyone in time? Well, looks like Lifestealer now pretty much going on everyone. He gets the racks as well. And it seems like it's a little bit too little too late, unfortunately, for N9. They might actually end up dropping right now, but look at how much damage these illusions are doing in this wall. If they kill the Lifestealer, he actually doesn't have buyback as well. Oh man, but Mega Creeps. It's going to be really hard for them to deal with this. The Desolator picked up from the Queen of Pain as well. Lifestealer does not have buyback now, and he's sitting at about 2 minutes away from it too. So they're gonna have to throne, and they're gonna have to throw now if they want to take the win at 9.
Yeah, I mean, they have to do it before these Mega Creeps start reaching the base. I mean, they're still walking over there. They haven't actually gotten to the base yet, so...
Yep. They have 70 seconds pretty much until Lifestealer respawns, so if they want to do it, they have to do it now.
Although I don't think that's really the time deadline here. I think the deadline is when those base die.
Look at Lion. Lion's gonna go down, try to maybe pick off Rubik right now to force someone else back. And not only that, but I mean, he does have his ultimate up, so it should be a pretty clean kill. And maybe do as much damage, maybe even thrown.
And this is the correct call. This is a really smart play.
Yep. There goes. Here's the blink forward as well as the BKB. He's gonna get the impale as well. Really nice timing there. Is he gonna use his ultimate? There it goes.
And they're just pinging like crazy right now.
Yeah, I don't think they can do this. I think they have to pretty much go straight for the throne right now.
Yeah.
They shouldn't try to spend time. Darkseer actually... Was that a respawn? No, he actually buys BOTs, goes straight for this. They're doing as much damage. Look how much damage the Desolators are doing. They're taking this throne down pretty quick. There's only 20 seconds left on this Lifestealer, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Blink, the BKB as well. Oh man, are they going to be able to kill this in time? There's no glyph either. They actually try to turn on the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon... Nope, they're ignoring him. Queen of Pain actually ends up going down. They're not going to get this, it seems. Oh man, no, Wall Eater goes down as well. This is a disastrous situation for N9. A buyback from the Queen of Pain, but look how much damage their base is taking right now. It's sitting at half health, and the BOT's from the Lifestealer. He wants to end this game, and he wants to end it now. Excellent game. Oh man, look at the Black Bull as well. Are they going to be able to get this though? Doesn't look like it, does it? Oh man, it's going to be unfortunate for N9. It's going to be a good game, and Rat makes it to the next round, to the semifinals. Sick game. Man, wow, my voice just cracked there. Sick game.
What an amazing ending to that game.
That was pretty neck and neck at the end there. Oh man, I'm gonna get a glass of water after that one.
Oh yeah, me too.
What a great play. I mean, just really nice strategic performances. Great smokes, great positioning, great defenses as well.